so excited to have the Glo Med Spa girls, also AKA my besties. I'm so happy to have you all here today. And first of all, I want to go into who you are, what you do, and why we're all here. So first of all, I'd like to introduce one of my very best friends, Jamie Bass. She is an esthetician at Glo Med Spa, and I'll let her go ahead.
Hi, I work at Glo Med Spa. I've been there for 11 years. I love it. We have a fabulous team. I get to work with Jaqueline and the other ladies you'll meet later that make my job super fun.
And next up to bat, we have Jaqueline Carroll, one of my favorites. She's been doing all my freshen me up every 6 months or so. And Jaqueline has been basically my injector for a while. I hate to say that. It sounds really bad. But
I just put the cherry on top.
You know, it's one of those things. Like, I got to admit, like, you know, we all are. The competition in Wilmington is pretty solid. I would say there's a lot of businesses. You've got Lynn at Head to Toe. You've got Lisa Ritchie from Beauty and the Beach. You got the Botox Barbie. And I love all those girls. We'll have them on at some point. But today we're going to focus on Glo Med Spa. And Jaqueline, like I said, has been doing my Botox and my stuff. We're supposed to keep somewhat of this beauty secret if it even exists anymore. But yeah, she's been working on my forehead and my crow's feet and my filler and all the things that keep me looking young and youthful.
Yep, I've been at Glo since 2016 now, and it's an amazing place to work. I've worked in a few other offices in this same aesthetic business, and I couldn't be happier, and I get to work with amazing people like you two.
And actually, you know, the first thing about this would be Julie Rogers. She's the owner. She's been running the place for, 18 years. They had 19 years. They started over in Mayfair. If y'all recall, they had an office in Mayfair that they outgrew themselves. And they're over now in Military Cutoff. And you cannot miss that beautiful Glo sign when you drive by. And I'd like to say every one of you girls are equally amazing at what you do. And I wish I could have everybody on today. You know, I want to give a shout out to Nancy and Kristen and Mary and all the other girls there, Tara, that couldn't be here today because we just didn't have enough room. But we'll have them on next time. But everybody there really is somebody, you can go in that place and you never feel like, oh, is it going to be different if I have to go to somebody different? And actually, I can say with that spa that it's equally across the board. You feel like you get the love from all of them equally, and they all do care. They're all knowledgeable. They're all educated at what they do. But you know, once you do have your person sometimes. But like you could say, they're all equally awesome at what they do.
Yeah, we're really lucky. We have an incredible group of women who are talented in so many different ways. And the best thing is if somebody's got a complicated forehead or a rash or something we don't know exactly what to do, then we grab each other and we say, Jamie, hey, come look at this. What do you think? Which product do you think is going to be best for this? Or you definitely need to get your brows done by Jamie. Or your lower face needs something, I'm not so sure. Is it cool sculpting? Is it all therapy?
I mean, there's the injections for that.
Yeah, it's really amazing. We have the best group of girls, and we all work really well together. We love our jobs, so it shows.
When you walk in there, there's we'll bring on the welcoming committee later, but there's such a warm welcome there. And even if there's always that level of discretion or privacy where people sometimes, like I said, they're called beauty secrets. You kind of want to go in there, and sometimes you don't want to be seen coming in or out there. And if you want to come in through the back door and keep it private, they'll do that for you. You don't have to just go right to the front counter. They do have a privacy situation if you're a little more discretional with that.
Or if you look kind of beat up after your treatment, that could also be a reason to go out the back door.
And, turn into
sometimes that happens.
I'm like what do you call it? A pin cushion sometimes when I leave there. Like, hell.
Oh, well, let me do this before I forget. Jesse, I brought you some goodies.
Oh, nice.
I have one of our favorite brands, Revision. This is a brightening facial wash.
Gosh, I'm sure
this has papaya enzyme, so it's going to exfoliate and brighten your skin. You'll love it.
Revision.
And then this, I know you're going to need. These little jewels are iPads by NeoCutis. This is going to be after your late night, after the Penthouse. You're going to pop these babies on, and they'll take away the puffiness, the dark circles,
the regrets.
But yeah, NeoCutis has the protein that helps to stimulate collagen.
Wow. I think every Glo girl has those in their refrigerator.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys do carry the best products across the board. I've been an Obagi guy for years. I do stray away every now and again to try different products. The NeoCutis, that's one that you use a lot.
NeoCutis is my go-to.
And to discuss Jamie, you know, she is an esthetician. I not hate to say it, I love to say it, but she's honestly like one of the best estheticians I've ever had in my life. And I'm not just saying that because we're close friends. I'm saying it because she makes you relaxed. She's like, literally, when you leave there, my skin looks like it's literally glowing. And I love going to her. I mean, she is literally hands down one of the best in town for sure. And I love this. I can't wait to try these.
I know you're gonna love it. So
there's some funny little videos of the two of us. Let me tell you, we'll take some couple shots while we're in there. Not shots, but pictures.
I mean, maybe.
I think Julie might not too much, but no, it's there's something about going to get that hydrofacial, and let's talk about that. The hydrofacial is like the way to go for like a regular treatment. If that's what you need is a little revitalization.
I'll quickly tell you what it is. Hydrofacial is the ultimate treatment across the board. You're getting everything from like a dermabrasion, a little glycolic, a deep cleansing pore treatment, your vitamin C, you can get a firming booster. You name it, Hydrofacial can do it.
And if I knew this was going to be on camera, I would have had one before today, or even today. But
let me mention that Glo Med Spa, our team of estheticians, I work with some other ladies, Megan, Nancy, Brandy, Tara, April, that are all amazing. We are the #1 hydrofacial account on the East Coast. So that means that we do the most hydrofacials on the East Coast. Yeah. So that's very impressive, and we have to brag a little bit about that.
Absolutely. I think we have the first hydrofacial in town, and it's
True.
And we got one, and then we got another one, and then we got another one.
We have like 4 or 5.
And it is nonstop. It
makes your face feel so clean and like,
it's phenomenal.
It really is like, and there's a couple different steps that you go into. You start with this.
It's the best of the
best.
It's
like warm, it's cold, and then it's this. And a lot of, what is it? They say like.
No downtime.
Yeah.
Oh, you look phenomenal. I would have had it done literally right before I came here, and my skin would have looked incredible. It's the best.
Oh, speaking of having something done, I have to give a shout out to Jaqueline because she just treated me 5 days ago. And with Xeomin, which is a neurotoxin, similar to Botox. So I will admit my beauty secrets sometimes, most of them. But yeah, Jaqueline hooked me up last week, and I'm very happy with it.
My favorite is I got a message the next day, no bruising, and it's already kicking in.
Oh, wow.
Like,
I was thrilled.
And I only stuck her a few times, but
just a little bit.
Just a few
What's
times.
the other version of Botox that I usually get a lot of times?
I think you usually get Dysport.
Yeah. After a while, you go to dabble and try certain things because everybody's chemical makeup is different. A lot of times, you've tried this, you've tried that, but that's what's worked for me. Maybe it might, because I know males' muscles are a bit stronger and it might not last as long with the Botox, but the Dysports worked really well for me, and it even lasts more than 3 or 4 months sometimes.
It's
your own body type and that's one of those things that gets me is like people wherever, not with Glo, but if they go to places and it doesn't work out for their body, they can't really get mad. You guys are all professional, licensed, and if your face reacts the wrong way, it's your body. It's not the person that actually did it. And
well, I will say,
for the most part,
for the most part,
just
because
don't go to Long Beach, California, and do it.
The muscles are complicated of the face, and you really have to understand. And even if you feel like you have the anatomy down pat, and you know exactly what product you want to use where, it doesn't always do exactly what you want, which is why, one, I want you to come back in 2 weeks. I want to see what it's going to look like. I can always add a tiny bit more.
To like fix it up.
Follow up is key.
Yeah, it's
and
key.
a lot of times places will actually charge you to do that, and Glo Med Spa doesn't. That's something I could really be proud about of y'all, is that if something's one little eyebrows, a little something or other, you go in there, they touch ups.
We take care of our people.
Yes.
We don't have to fork out another couple $100 when it just maybe was like one little shot off.
Yeah, because I would rather it be perfect and look amazing and
And the client be happy overall
Exactly.
to tell their friends that they can get more business and so forth and so on.
Or it looked totally natural, like you've not had anything done. Your
That's
husband doesn't notice,
That's
your
the
wife
key.
doesn't notice.
Oh.
And so if one eyebrow is off or one eye is off or your lips are a little bit off, we definitely want you to come back in and we can tweak that so you look amazing. Nobody notices. You just look better. My favorite
Refreshed.
compliment is, I love your haircut. You're like, oh, thanks. I didn't get my haircut, but I got my lips done. Like, that's the best compliment ever.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So, all right, products. We went a little bit into Neocutis. We went a little bit into Abaji. What are some other products that are out there that maybe I've never tried that you would suggest maybe?
Oh, my Lord. This thing is like, do we both have it?
Can't live without. In my purse, in Jacqueline's purse.
Yes.
Revision.
The lip.
Youthful Lip Replenisher.
Yes.
I'm not really into plumping up my lips
Like we both
with
have
big
it.
lip filler, but this tube of
amazing.
gloss will give me all the plump I need.
Do you ever get somebody that comes in there, you're like, no, I cannot give you no more. Your lips are going to
Absolutely.
All the
literally.
time.
And actually, one of the most interesting things that has started to happen is we're really dissolving a lot of patients. People
Taking
will come
them
in and they're
back.
overdone, and we're like, all right, so that is not good. That is not
it's
normal.
not looking good. It's not. You don't want to
And-
represent the brand either. With people
Well,
say they, I came from growing your lips
but you
are this
can,
big.
and it's it's again. The body and medicine and injecting is definitely complicated, and we're all going to have our little pitfalls and things that aren't going to go exactly how we want. But having the tools to make corrections, having the tools to make tiny little tweaks so that it eventually is perfect, that's the biggest part. And that's one of the nice things about hyaluronic acid fillers is that you can reverse them, you can change them, you can correct them. And then if you're not into filler, I have patients that have used this product and they look like they've had filler.
I
It's
have
amazing.
one in almost every handbag that I own. I have one in my car, have one in my husband's car, my beach bag. I don't leave home without it.
All right, guys,
Go
that's-
get
that's-
some from Glo Med
That's
Spa.
the Revision
That's the sum-
Youthful Lip Replenisher.
Say it one more time.
Revision Youthful Lip Replenisher.
There you go,
It's
ladies.
Amazing.
gold.
Yes.
Get them lips revised. So also, all right, I want to ask you another question. So there's a lot of people that go right into plastic surgery, and there's a lot of people that want to take baby steps before they actually have to make that big commitment that could ever change your body forever, and can't go back. I've got girlfriends of mine that have had breast enhancement, and they're never big enough. They keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's like next thing you know, then they're like, oh, now I want them smaller. It's like, calm down, get adjusted to what you got going on. So as far as the cool sculpting, that's sort of it's not liposuction, right? It's like, so explain that. What's the difference in liposuction and cool sculpting?
So the cool thing about cool sculpting is the motto that we use is if we can squeeze it, then we can freeze it.
Freeze and freeze, baby.
Yeah. So you have to actually be able to get a good squeeze and pull, and that way we can get our applicators on. That is a permanent fat reduction. The body is, again, such an interesting, intricate, kind of crazy being. So if we're doing your submentum, if we're doing your abdomen, your love handles, your knees, your thighs, wherever we might be treating, that cool sculpting is a really great option for people who don't want to have surgery. Or
so invasive because people are horrified of going under now.
Yes.
You've heard Joan Rivers. How many times did she go under and then your body's going to say after a while, nope, can't do that. You're not supposed to be doing that all the time.
Right.
But
yeah. So it's most of the
even
time.
though we love it, so if you've done it,
Yeah.
we love it.
Yeah, it's a great option with the right patient, with the right kind of fat. It's not a weight loss procedure at all, but it is a really, really great procedure for just those little baby areas that are bugging you. We also have Kybella, which is...
That's the chin one.
So...
I might be trying that one out soon.
But you can also use it lots of other areas, not FDA
Where else
approved.
can you do that?
Oh my goodness.
They don't do ball lifts.
Everywhere. Anywhere you have little chunks of fat that we can kind of pinch and squeeze, it's pretty
Just pinch and squeeze,
magical.
ladies. Sounds pretty
Yeah, so the cool
experimental.
sculpting is like grab and pull. That's that grab, pinch, pull, that's cool sculpting. But kind of little pinch and jiggle a little, that's where Kybella comes in. So a lot of times people will do a couple of rounds of cool sculpting, and then they have a little baby area. They're like, what about this? And we're like, oh, Kybella.
So another one, instead of doing a facelift, that's another very extreme way to go. What you guys do, the Sculptra, which I think I'm very interested in doing. We've talked about, I might sample around with that and try it out. Sculptra is, I'll let you talk about it, but it's instead of doing a facelift where, I mean, I'm 42 years old. I definitely don't need a facelift right now, but it's a gradual thing. We all want instant gratification nowadays for everything. It's just how we live our lives. So we're so used to seeing results right now. But what you were saying is if you could be patient, Jessie, this might actually be something I would enjoy.
Yeah. So, comparing anything that we do at a medical spa to what a surgeon can do with their hands is really like an orange and a steak. You really can't compare the two, because what a surgeon can do with their expertise and their skill in an operating room.
They're doctors.
Yeah, it's really, if any of my patients are even considering it, if they bring that up at all, I'm like, please go get the consult. I can give you a handful of different people to go and talk to. Most of their consults are free. And just to get an idea, what is the treatment? What are you interested in? What would the cost possibly be? Because I cannot provide surgical results, and the men and women surgeons
under
out
the
there,
knife, per se.
Yeah, no, they are. You can't ever compare yourself to a surgeon at all.
But what you're doing is making people more comfortable to go into this without having to go get that knife and that under.
So my personal goal and what I try to instill in my patients is, how about you never get to the point that you're even a candidate for surgery? How
Prevention.
about
love the skin you're in?
Exactly. Love it. Age and
it's not very
live
nice on us
gracefully,
sometimes.
but let's keep things where you want them to be. Let's keep your brows up. Let's keep your jowls up. Let's keep everything just a little bit back so that you look age appropriate, you look smoking hot, but you don't look tight, you don't look full, and
you're confident.
Absolutely.
Which brings us to a commercial that Jaqueline and I did years ago with Just James.
Years
Love
ago.
Her. So we actually, Julie put together a commercial for y'all to do, and I sort of was cameoed a little tiny bit. And we got up here at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. It was super early in the morning.
Forgot it was so early.
So we're like, okay, let's pop the bottles of champagne. Let's get loosened up. Turned into like us like crying, laughing, cracking up.
That was a great commercial.
That was such a fun morning.
Why did you need to
It
play
was
that more?
fun.
That morning light was coming in.
I was really
The whole
early.
tagline was confidence is sexy. So I looked
Absolutely.
like a vampire. It was like wintertime. I
Yes.
was like pale white. I was wearing a tux on top of it. But no, how much fun was that? And
That
then
was actually
it was
really,
airing
really
all
cool.
over like down to South Carolina, and I'm like, in the grocery store, so like, oh, are you on the Glo Med Spa commercial? So that was funny. That was a good time.
Yes.
Hopefully Julie will have me do it again one day. We'll see.
So to kind of segue with your kind of talk about plastic surgery versus what we can
What you do.
Really, the first step is the skincare. You really can't
Go to Jamie, get a facial first, test the waters.
Get a facial, but also listen to these girls. They know what they're talking about. There's so much science behind what products you use on your skin. They will look at your skin. They clean everything off. They'll ask you.
Vacuum it. She's got that little thing that
What products have you used? What are you sensitive to? And here are the things that you really should be doing.
What you're doing at home every morning, every night is so much more important than what I can do for you. You have to have your home care. You have to have your routine. It's just like working out or going to the gym. If you want results, you have to put the work in. And also, I'll add that you need a real consultation with a real person that can see your face, not
Touch your
just
face.
somebody on Instagram that thinks this oil is amazing. They might live in California or Arizona where it's dry, and yes, that oil is fabulous for this 20-year-old. It's not going to be the right appropriate product for you. You
Back
need a
to age
consult
again.
with a person face to face who will work with you, try different things, learn your skin. There's so many things that goes into it. Your skin, your budget, your goals.
How much time you have in the morning?
Consultation
do you have kids?
is key.
Yeah. And speaking with Sculptra, there are studies from around the world over
Sculptra,
a
everyone.
decade.
Do it. Try it.
That show
I'm gonna
if
be
you
next on the list.
Yeah, if you use a retinol or retin A, any topical vitamin A, that your results will be between 30 and 60% better than anybody who's not using a topical vitamin A. So those are the things that our estheticians do. That's why at Glo, we are a team. It's not just me. It's not just our estheticians. We have to work together because we want our patients to have
that
their best
foundation
results.
from
You
the
have
bottom
to,
up.
anything that I do to a patient that's been seeing Jamie, their results are going to be significantly better, astoundingly better, because they already have that foundation. They're taking care of their skin, they're drinking their water, they're taking their vitamins, they're getting their regular hydrofacials or peels. And
internally taking care of yourself.
Yeah, it's the whole thing. It's the diet and exercise.
Well, it's like 360 care. Like,
Yep.
you know, you have to sort of do it all if you want the maximum results.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. So, what do you think as far as are there any new locations in the works? Are there anything?
Never know.
Yeah.
Lots of exciting things
Yeah.
going on
So
at
I
Glo
thought
right
maybe I would
now.
ask because it's such a growing company. I mean, Julie started over, like I said, over in Mayfair, and then she's been to Military Cutoff, and I mean, what's the next big thing?
So I think the biggest thing is we were actually chatting about this earlier today. We are such an incredible group of women, and every time we add somebody new, we kind of all stand back and then we just literally embrace
Wrap.
them.
I was about to say wrap around.
Yes, yeah, we just
squeeze them really tight.
Yes, yeah, we're like,
Enjoy
you're
the
never
ride.
leaving. You literally just gave your blood, and now you're a
one of
Glo
us.
for life. So our space now, we are bursting at the seams, but very happily. And we've all discussed it. We could definitely use more room for storage. We could use more
Office
room to
space.
have another provider.
kitchen.
Like there's so many options, but I personally, I don't like change. I like things to stay the same. And
So basically, Jaqueline, you have been doing all the commercials and all the promotional stuff for a long time. And how's that affected your life?
I think the funnest thing is people will recognize me and they're like, where do I know you from? I'm like, I don't know, maybe the hospital, maybe the urgent care. I work at Glo. And they're like, you're the Glo
years you've been doing
girl.
this now. It's been a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I've been out of town in different states and people are like, I know you, you're the Glo girl. It's really fun.
Well, you're a spokesperson. You're basically
Yeah.
representing a huge brand at this point, 18, 19 years.
Yeah,
of,
my biggest thing that I've always, and it's actually on my resume, is I want to be a really good example for my family, my friends, my patients, because I'm not just at Glo. I also work for New Hanover Hospital at their urgent cares, or I guess Novant now. So first and foremost, I'm a medical provider. I'm a healthcare provider.
You
I
can
want
still write
people
some
to,
prescriptions.
I mean, I can write basically any prescription. It depends on which job I'm at, actually. If I'm at the urgent care and you have a sinus infection, I can write that prescription. Or if you have, I don't know, a herniated disc and you're having back spasms, I can write that. Or if you have swimmer's ear, I can write that prescription. But if I'm at Glo, it's a little bit different. So my medical license allows me to work in as many different fields as I want to. But the biggest thing is being a good example. Jamie and I are sitting here and very proud of who we are, the things that we've accomplished. I actually followed Jamie. I was at a practice that she was at before, Glo, and then I actually messaged Jamie. I was like, so I think I want to work at Glo. What do you think? So I've really kind of been following
This is
her.
over 10 years ago.
And we've known,
Oh,
we've
yeah.
been friends for a long time.
Yeah.
even in
So
our
listen,
personal
folks,
Like
lives.
15
this
years, I
place
think.
has such a good foundation of the people you're going to walk into and see, which you'll chat with them in a minute. I mean, from the time you walk in the door to the time you leave, you feel gratification.
It's a vibe.
Yeah,
It's
it
a
is
family vibe.
Yes,
It is a
You're-
vibe.
it's
100%.
amazing. It's a great place to work. It's a great place to come visit. We love our patients. Actually, I don't even call them my patients. Like, this is my friend. These are my friends. They're my friends.
Well, ladies, thank you so much. I'd like to maybe see if there's anything else you'd like to put out there or mention, or you want to give some shout outs to anyone, or maybe actually I do have one question for you off the top of my head. Without sunblock being an answer,
Because that's number one.
Yeah.
Actually, no, taking your vitamins, getting your sleep, and drinking your water.
Well, you
is
just
number
answered
one.
all the questions at once. I'm just kidding. So what would you give some advice for? We're going into summertime. You know, I actually had a very bad sunburn. You both know last year I went with my buddy Shane to P-Town, and we were on the boat with Tony for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours.
I think it was expired sunscreen.
Yeah,
if
so I didn't know that the boat
correctly.
captain gave me
When
expired
you sent me that
sunscreen.
picture, I literally screamed out loud.
I look like Freddy Krueger. And my skin has literally not been, my skin's taken so long
It wasn't funny.
That's literally
I
like
know. Well,
we
why are you
both
laughing?
remember
I don't
that.
know.
Yeah, we both. Jamie and I are both like.
It was horrifying. I
Jesse
both
had the sunburn.
And of course, didn't want to share that picture with everybody. But to be honest, it's the things we don't really want to talk about. But that's why we're doing these podcasts.
Well, we've taken care of it. We fixed
Yes,
it.
it's getting
You're
better.
Good. You're
Yes.
good.
But literally, I'd never been exposed to bad sunscreen before, and I didn't know that. You're out there on the water. We're all on the boat. We're all on the beach. We're all doing we're coastal people. That's what we do. That's what we enjoy. And we're out there, and I'm thinking I'm doing the right thing. I'm slapping on the sunblock, and it's taken me. And thanks to both of you, my skin's back on a better path again.
Well, I'm fair-skinned, obviously. If you know me, you know that I'm pretty light. So I don't get a lot of sun, and I am 100% outside all the time. I have 2 little boys.
I mean, look at their
I'm running
skin, y'all.
around
Come
all the
on.
time. But if you use the right product, you can protect yourself. It's as simple as that. You use a physical sunblock. Everybody always says, "Oh my God, sunscreen breaks me out."
Or burns my eyes. That's the one thing if I work
It's
out.
typically a chemical sunscreen that will break you out. So if you get yourself a product that's titanium zinc oxide, it's a physical mineral block, you will be golden. And also, use common sense. Reapply it. If you're out all day, you need to reapply I'm crazy, so I reapply every hour. But yeah, every hour, every 2 hours, just to protect yourself.
Yep. You should be able to
possible.
actually see your sunscreen on you, and it really shouldn't
Where it's
run.
white and you look like a
Well, so
swimmer.
No, it's got tinted, but it's really nice.
Yes.
What's the Edney? What's the one? The packet?
Elta.
MD.
So that's the
There's
one.
so many good ones. Elta,
That's the one I
Tizo,
like, that one.
Revision.
Yeah. The Journée from Neocutis. We have so many options that we will find 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 that you love. I think I have 4 different kinds. I have like one for my face and neck, one for my arms
Shoulders.
and chest, one for my legs and
cringe
body.
when I hear somebody say that, "Oh my God, sunscreen breaks me out." I literally have like a
You're using
mini
the wrong
heart
sunscreen.
attack. Like, that's not an excuse. There's so many
Yeah.
good ones.
Wear a hat. But the hat is only going to protect so much.
The brim.
You're going to have reflection from the
From
water.
the water.
So coming up.
Yeah. It's quite easy. We have so many products options. We can also, I think one of the best things that I love to send my patients home with, I'm like, try this. Here's a little sample. Here's a little cup of a sample. Try this
Y'all
before
are
you
so good
spend
about
money
that too.
on
The
it.
sa-
Travel with
even the
this.
girls
You're
at
going
the
on
desk,
vacation,
they're
here's-
always
Yes.
like, try this, try that. Like you
Yes.
guys, and you're doing it in a way that's going to personally go toward what you need. It's not
Put
like
this
hey,
in your
take all this
travel
stuff
bag.
and
Try it on your
Yep.
vacation. Use it.
Yeah, because
See if it works.
And fall in love with it.
Because the products some of them can be expensive, so we'd rather you try it and find
And
out
love
if you
it.
love it or not. And if you don't love it, great. We
Then
have
waste $70 on a
3
bottle this big, and you're
exactly.
like, oh my God.
Yep. Yeah.
But you pay for what you get.
Miss,
Yes,
amen.
you do.
Amen. So another thing is, have you ever heard of La Prairie? One of the best, facial lotion, whatever. So they say. It's also marketed very
Depends
well.
on who you ask.
True, but it's marketed very well. The stuff I get from Glo has been promising, has worked for me. But some of the stuff is so expensive. You're getting involved with Instagram, like the J-Lo stuff. There's all these they're just marketed so well that you can't help but okay, maybe. But they have this place in Switzerland you can go to. And basically, they have a whole spa where they say when you leave, you're supposed to guarantee look 25 years younger.
Wow.
For 40
I wanna
grand,
go.
Well, that's a
you
strong
better
guarantee.
look 20 years younger.
Speaking of Switzerland, Neocutis
Yes.
originated in Switzerland. It is.
Why is that? Why is all the Switzerland people with the skin
They're just
stuff?
smarter.
They're smart.
It's cold
They're
and it
smart
freezes
and they're
your pores.
fair, and they wanted to
Yeah.
stay
I think
beautiful.
what I tell people, Jamie, and I don't know what you typically do, but I usually tell people don't spend more than $30
Me
at
too.
anywhere other than here because likely I can get you a product that's just as, unless it's like
Way
a year
better.
supply
Yes.
of something amazing for your family. But $30 is about the max that I think you should spend on any product that's not
Medical grade.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. And buying online, you don't always know exactly what you're going to get. You don't know if it is an actual Obagi product, if it's a Skin Medica product, if it's a Skin Better Science product. There's a lot of counterfeit things out there.
I mean, you go into Ulta and it's so overwhelming because you're like, wow, like, you know, like what's that trial and error thing? I mean, I've tried everything. I don't want to say any names, but because some people I know work for them and sell their products. But, you know, there's these regiments that say there's like 4 steps. You do this. You're committed to like, you know, $100, $200 every couple months. And then next thing you know, you've got 4 boxes of the same stuff that you haven't even really, because I'm really tough. I literally go right for the face wash. I'm busy. We're all busy. But literally, I want to wash my face, I want to moisturize, and I want to go. I don't have time sometimes with the serums. I don't have time for the you know, the eye stuff and everything else. And I'd love to sit there all day and just, you know.
So one thing I'll say about Glo is that at Glo Med Spa, we never jump on the latest trend. We have these products, we have these reps that come, they educate all of us, even the front desk staff. Yeah. So we learn about the products. We try the products first. Like, I'm not selling you anything that I haven't used myself. So I feel like very confident and happy that we don't jump on the latest bandwagon of whatever is popular at the time. It's really something that we've all tried, tested, something that we truly believe in, and that goes to say the same thing for our treatments. Like, our treatments are not, you know, the latest, you know, whatever that somebody's talking about on Instagram.
Sometimes those can be bad because they haven't had enough
We're
experience
doing
to do it.
treatments that we all get done and that we've tried that have the science and the background and the studies. So I feel really happy and confident about that.
Well, I want to thank you guys so much for coming on today. Thank you, Julie Rogers. We love you so much
She's our
creating
fearless
this whole
leader. She's
path
the boss
for
lady.
everyone.
We call her mom a
She's
lot.
our mama.
Yes, she's definitely the mama.
she's definitely got that mom feel. I love her.
She's in charge.
And her hubby. He's awesome too. But yeah, we'll do it again, and maybe next time we'll bring on some of the other gals from.
All right,
the
let's
spa.
bring on our fabulous front desk.
All right,
Fancy.
who's up next?
Welcome
We've
to
got-
Glo.
Jamie, do you want to introduce them?
Yes,
Okay,
let's
I
welcome
love this.
Miss Nan Gibson, who actually started at Glo the same time I did, just maybe a few months before me. So we're going on, 11 years?
11
Right?
years, yep.
Nan,
Awesome.
We
yes.
And so
Hey, cheers.
she's seen a lot of changes. And then we have our fabulous Sherry, who is always uber stylish and friendly and beautiful. So welcome. Hop up here.
Thanks, Jamie.
Woo!
Wow, this is exciting.
It is exciting.
The welcoming committee of Glo Med
That's a big
Spa.
act to follow.
It is.
I
But
know,
you know
y'all
what?
did great.
Every time I walk in there, you two are there. You two are at the door. You're smiling. You're making us feel warm, welcomed. A lot of people that go in there don't really know what they're gonna for their first time. Don't know what to expect. It's their first time they've had.
It can be
both-
intimidating
It can definitely be intimidating
if it's your first time.
and maybe a little bit like scary, you know, because you're like, okay, well, there's a needle involved. There's like, you know, you're going with a stranger you hardly know.
There's so much unknown
Exactly.
to someone who has never done anything, and they think, wow, I look in the mirror now and I'm not happy with what I'm
I
seeing.
need to freshen up.
And I see the commercials for Glo, or I've got my friends that go, and I want to go. I feel like I need something, but they're really starting, some people, from zero. They have no idea what they want, what they need. So it is kind of fun to watch someone start their journey of being so nervous, possibly.
To go and write and be like, come
Yeah.
on, let's get this done. I
Yeah,
gotta go.
yeah, and because we've got such a
Completely at home.
we've got such a caring staff, and so it is really neat to see people go from that hesitation to, oh, I love this
yeah,
place.
it's the best thing I've ever done.
But when
Yeah.
they walk in and see you guys, I'm sure it makes it very easy. Because, like, even if I'd never, you know, I started when I'm 42. I started at 26 playing around when I lived in LA. But, you know, there's something about the vibe you give. Like Jamie said, when you walk in and you have your own desk. What's up with that?
I'm special.
So why does Sherry got her own desk over here? It's like really 3 feet from Nan. She's got her own desk.
Actually, it's the timeout corner.
Yeah, we
She's
call
in
it
trouble,
It's
I'm sure.
timeout.
I'm in trouble.
She's not wearing a hat yet, so we'll take it there. But anyway, no, she does. I was like, why does Sherry got her own desk? Like, what's going on? Is it like another part of Glo that I don't know about that I need to like? Is it the VIP table?
It's the VIP section for sure. If I'm there, it's the VIP section.
Oh man.
No, we treat all of our clients like that. Like everybody that walks in the door is special to us. Like it comes very natural for us.
I've been going there for 10 years since I moved back from LA, and and like you've all worked together and you've built this bond that obviously reflects the business and that welcoming feeling when you walk in.
Well, we're really fortunate because we really care about each other. We care about, we've got 8 girls that work up at the front desk. We've got so many providers now that are incredible. I feel, when people ask me about my job, I just feel so fortunate because we represent this amazing staff and they care about their clients. They love what they do. So it makes our job easy to, it's not always easy because it gets crazy busy, but it's easy in that we are so confident because we represent this amazing staff. They're all very educated, and like I said, they care about what they do. And nothing is cookie cutter for them. Everyone is an individual. They are artists in what they do. They're looking at every face individually, and it's just wonderful. It's great to represent them.
Well, I couldn't imagine any other. I mean, like we were talking about on the way down, it was like you are the first person they see and the last person they see. And that is what, I have somebody at my door, Scotty's down there, and it's a representation of your business. I mean, it's the face. It is like I said, the first person and last person. So they want to feel welcome. They want to walk in here just like people walk in the Penthouse and they're like, oh my God, this is so fun. And, if you have a sourpuss, grumpy, whatever, you got to check a bitch. No, I'm just kidding. So it's really one of those things. And when they leave, that's right. But to leave too after they just had something that could be maybe a little traumatic at first because it's their first time.
It's their first time. I mean, it's uncharted territories.
Yeah.
If you treat everybody with that in mind, they're coming in and they're an individual. They're not. You can go so many different places and get the same thing done, but you come back because it's very welcoming. Like people treat you as a person, not as like a number or my appointment or just another. Yeah.
Well, and the thing is too, we get it.
Very personalized.
I'm older than Sherry, but
not by much.
Because we're not fresh out of college, and there's nothing wrong with people that are fresh out of college, but because we're not fresh out of college, we look in the mirror too at our, we're just like every other person. We look in the mirror and we're like, I'm not thrilled with what I'm seeing. So we get it. Like when we talk to someone on the phone or someone who walks in the door and they're just kind of feeling their age, and it's like, so we get it. We understand.
Body's gonna change
right.
At some point. We can only fight it for so long. Too.
Right.
It's like not a matter of letting go because it's what we don't want to do. We don't want to let it go. We want to maintain, upkeep.
Right.
Find a place
and
the
age dynamic has gone so low, much lower since I started.
21-year-old guy
I know,
anymore.
but it's actually really great because I feel I started there like Jamie 11 years ago, and I do feel like probably most of our clients were about mid 30s to 40 and up, and now we're getting way younger. We're getting 18-year-olds. We're actually
preventative.
Do you have to
Everybody's starting early.
Catch
preventative
them off and be like,
yes.
Hey.
Oh,
So
yeah.
men. So
Right,
as far
and
as
so we actually, with the men, I'm sorry, interrupted, but what's interesting too is when I say it gets younger and younger, we actually have not only a lot of men that are getting injectables and laser treatments and really are wanting to correct or prevent, but we actually, and I try to make people feel better about this because we'll have a mom call up and say, my son, he plays football, he's so sweaty, and that his acne is so bad, and and his mom has to pretty much drag him in there because they're embarrassed.
They're
They don't want to get a facial. And
guys, it's nothing different than the women.
You know,
absolutely.
Get somebody with
Yes.
a medical esthetician, get them on the right cleanser, and we have like I said, not
My
only
straight
men, but
buddies-
we get it all the way down to teenage boys.
Man,
It's not cookie cutter there.
It's so funny because a lot of I think now the straight men, the older men have caught on to it. They're like, okay,
Yes.
it's not like once you do, it's very unnoticeable if you just do it very subtly.
Right.
Jacqueline was saying little bits here and there. Don't do a facelift. Try Sculptra. Try like a little Botox and just start in doses at first. Like try something that you've got. I'm sure their wives tell them, hey, you could use a little of this. You could use a little of that. And they're like, no. But then they try it and they're like, whew, okay. Don't tell nobody. And like nobody's gonna. It's literally it's your own confidence. It's your own way you want to feel. And with the men is such a big deal because I mean that's a whole nother demographic of clientele. And if at some point maybe somebody should open up a men's, maybe Julie could do that. Just like, but we don't want to mix. It's like separating that would be no fun to me. It's like I still go in there. Yes, I'm gay. It doesn't matter. I love the girls, but half of my buddies are all straight and I love all them, but they'll ask me like, oh, what are you doing? Cause like, you're like 42 years old. And I'm like, well, I get a little help from my friends,
We're turning back time.
Yeah. I mean, it's subtly, I've never had any plastic surgery ever. I don't think so. Not yet.
And don't need it.
No, I hope not, but I just,
We're here for you. Yeah, we're preventing. We're here for you.
What, 15, 16 years of preventative measures, but no. It's but then the young kids with the acne and like they're gonna at some point that whole thing will be gone and they just won't care because like things are just becoming sort of coincidental. Maybe that's the tequila talking, but anyway, no, this has been so much fun and I love Julie. I mean, she is a member here.
Julie's
all of you,
amazing.
And the funny thing is, all of you are members here.
Julie really. What we have
How many years
as
of
our
the Christmas
Glo
party
family.
have we done up here? 4 or 5, maybe.
Tons.
It's fun.
Yeah.
They're fun. But she built this staff. I mean, she really. We do have that whole our Glo family and how much we care about each other. I always attribute that to Julie. I mean.
Well, she's the eye.
I mean, obviously we play a big part of it too because we're all great. But Julie,
she's the glue that keeps it together.
Yeah, she picked us.
She keeps us together.
She picked us.
She's writing the paycheck, y'all.
Right.
But
she really, she, you know what? And Julie, she is so appreciative and is such a generous, wonderful boss. And she's always telling us how great we are. But I always tell her, it trickles down from the top. She cares so much about us.
And all of you care about each other.
And she cares about our clients. And she cares about our personal lives too.
And sometimes there's that. All right, so as far as being like customer service and the faces of the company and the greeters at the door. So what are some of the challenges that you come across in the day-to-day life at Glo Med Spa?
I mean, first of all, you got to fit everybody in a schedule,
Which
is pretty hard. Like people have their own lives, they have their own schedule. We're booked, and you're trying to fit. And then you also, I feel like we try to fit a lot of personalities too. Like
you don't want to overlap somebody
yeah.
who's
yes,
like not really
yes.
bond
So I mean, it's fun because you feel like you are
when
making
you do
that
it right,
better.
you're like, yes, everybody was.
Yes.
And
I know.
we are, I know like when we hire someone new and I'm like, you got to be an actress too because things can go wrong. I mean, we have thousands of
Put on that
extremely
face.
happy customers, but every once in a while you'll get someone that's not happy and you might happen to be the one that picks up the phone and you're listening to someone complain. Meanwhile, someone else is checking out and someone else is on hold and and you're trying to act like everything's so
peaches and
great. You
cream.
got your smile on your face. So you got to be an actress.
But that's
too,
for all of you
because it
compliment
gets
each other.
hectic. It can be very hectic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, it's like it takes that one person, like you said, sometimes really just having to get up there and play the part and because nobody wants somebody on the phone we all want to skip to 0 to get the real person all the time. So it's like, I just want a real person.
Yeah.
But when you do.
Well, you're going to get a real person at Glo Med Spa.
You're going to get us.
Yeah.
Just saying that.
I have to say, I know this isn't not a part,
That's
but
okay.
when maybe I'm having a bad day or a hard time or I've had a difficult client or just my own personal
They're the
issues,
buffers, kind of.
their whole reaction can turn my whole day around.
Oh,
Yeah.
Just
that's
by, like,
nice.
helping me and making it go smooth, or just that little positive vibe can just change all sort of things going on. Like, it's a whole dynamic
Throughout the whole business. Yeah.
affects like each person, because you never know like what's going on or whatever. And just when somebody might take one extra minute to handle something the right way, it can totally just
Domino.
Absolutely.
just put out sprinkles and rainbows.
Yeah, that, and then the fun
I like
thing
that.
too, like with the front
Confetti.
desk, it's like welcome to Moe's in a way. We're like, welcome to Glo. And it's the same for if we've known you for 10 years or you just walk in the door.
Right.
If it's
And
your
that's
first time,
part of
yeah.
the fun thing is, one, you never know who's gonna walk in the door. My aunt calls it the beehive. Like literally the beehive. It's just like buzzing and everybody is moving and everybody is happy. And I guess in a way, Julie's like our queen bee. But literally, somebody comes in and you've never seen them before and you're just as happy to see them as if somebody comes in and you see them every other week or every other month and they're your best friend.
Right.
So that's the most fun thing I think is like, it's almost
Genuine.
a surprise. Like literally
is
every time, so
genuine.
it's like better than caller ID. You're like, oh look, who's walking in the door now?
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
ever really know.
And you're treating everybody the same way.
Everybody
Yes.
is happy.
Oh,
Back to
we're
the
so
beginning of
happy.
the
Like,
conversation was like, okay, when you walk in, it doesn't matter who you're gonna get. Say Jacqueline's very busy, and she's like, Jesse, do you mind, going with Kristen or Tara if
And we do
Jamie's
get
busy?
that question all
And I'm
the time.
like, yes, certainly. I'm already here. I love all
Who's
the
the
music.
best? Like, who would
Oh,
you
we get
suggest?
that question a lot.
All
Who would
the time.
Oh, that's like the
who would
worst question
you?
to ask.
It is, but
And we get it a
the
lot.
best? And
We
y'all
get we get that question a lot.
But we feel so comfortable
It's matching
with the
personality,
staff
too.
that we have that whoever we put them with, we 100%
confident
feel
about it.
confident about it.
'Cause
100%.
People go, come on, Nan, like who?
Yeah, tell
who
me
would,
the truth.
Who
Like-
would you go to? And I honestly can say that's
All
what
of
make
them.
I could say I will go to whoever has an opening. Like I am comfortable. Everyone here is experienced. We don't have any newbies. Everybody here, like I said
10 years,
before,
10 years, 11 years, 12 years.
right?
It's like everybody. Yeah.
Everybody's experienced. Another kind of a side note.
People
but
don't leave there, let's put it that way. So it's so
No.
good that you have a business where you don't have a turnover that much.
Right.
And I did wanna ask,
Absolutely
that was
true.
another question
Yeah.
I want to ask for the two of you since you're at the front. So do you have any career opportunities that might be coming open for a new esthetician or a new injector? Or since you're at the front, are there a lot of people apply? Do they come in like, here's my resume? I get that a lot, And I only have a small business, and we're open a couple of days a week, and I have a very small staff. But like with your business, ever changing, ever growing, do you have like a lot of people coming in, like girls that are eager, like, oh, I want to like get on board here? Like,
we do
we
actually.
do.
I do know that like Julie, our practice manager, she doesn't hire like say because we'll get calls say, oh, I'm about to graduate esthetician school. Are y'all hiring? And Julie's not going to hire someone straight out of school. She's
so
going to
it's like
want
an internship that's going to last 5 years, probably.
Yeah.
right.
I have to add this on that topic. When I finished aesthetic school in 2003, I knew about Glo Med Spa. They were just opening. I had toured Glo Med Spa, and I was like, oh, I want to work there one day. I just knew that I wanted to be a part of Glo Med Spa. So, I worked some other places. I got my training, elsewhere until I got very confident in my field. And then I found my home at
Glo Med Spa.
But I knew from the beginning that
You knew the
2003,
feeling.
2004, I was like, oh, this is the place to be.
Yeah.
It is the place.
Yeah, we have two. So Megan and Susan have been there basically since day one.
Right.
Like
Right.
people don't.
It's 18,
I'm never
19.
leaving.
I keep
I'm
saying
never,
18, 19 because
I signed my blood.
You gotta push
you
me
can't,
out.
Like you have to divorce me, and that's not gonna be easy. Like I'm staying forever and ever. It's a yeah.
And I didn't even I had never been in this industry when I started, and I quickly just loved it. And I was making so many mistakes, and I would joke with Julie all the time, like, well, if I'm still working here next year, if you haven't fired me. I mean, because I just made mistakes all the time, but I just loved it, and now I've just lost my train of thought. But what I was going to say is,
like you're one of the you're definitely a good reason for me coming in there because I love seeing you.
Thank
I've
you.
known you for a long time.
Thanks. So
Man, I probably know
fortunate.
you longer than anyone in this room.
oh, what about Jamie?
No, not that
Really?
Well, no, Jamie and I got close. I would visit from LA, and I got close with her on like a couple of my visits, and it was like she was definitely one like, come on, move back here, you know.
I thought y'all like went to high school together.
Well, it was back then with Tracy. It was Tracy and Tandy. Then I met Jamie, and then Brad. They were getting married, and that's when we actually started clicking and getting along, and we were friends. And I grew up in Brunswick County, so you know they were Cape Fear Country Club, Cape Fear Academy kids, and I was a public school kid in Brunswick County. But
another thing that's so funny about Glo and like friendships, it's like I'll look on my schedule and I'm like, oh, like I see like 4 of my best friends coming in this week. I'm like, that's
and we don't even talk about it beforehand. It just happens.
Because I'm like, you know, super busy. We're all super busy, and I'm like, oh, cool. We'll get to catch up in this hour.
Yep.
So it's super fun when your friends come in.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so funny. It's like your hairdresser.
Well, and
It's
like Jamie,
And if they're not your friend, they're
Jamie
gonna
and I
become your
started
friend.
at about the same time, and she was dating her now husband. So I've watched Jamie. I feel like she's so much younger than me. Like you were so young, and so she was dating Brad. They
still
get
looks-
engaged, then they get married. Now she's got 2 kids. So I feel like she's kind of like a daughter / little sister to me. I just I can't even believe I've just
None of you have
watched
aged at
all
all
this.
since I've met any of you.
That's
So.
funny.
So cool.
Babies. How many Glo babies do we have?
Oh my God! Everyone keeps having babies. There's so many.
Yeah. So we celebrate.
Keep doing what you're doing, y'all. Just keep doing it. Keep making babies. I keep trying. I don't know. I can't figure it out. Oh, man. Well, we always like to end every podcast at the Penthouse with a Penthouse shot. So bring them on over home. So, ladies, get over here.
Can I say one more quick thing
Yes,
as we wait
please.
for our shots? Another thing I really love about all of our providers and just how we do it at Glo is we don't pressure anyone ever. We always want people to feel good. Oh, thank you.
You're so welcome.
Oh, thank you so much.
This is just our little commemoratory.
Nice. Get on in here.
Tradition
Did you
we
get your
started.
Did you get your shot?
I'll do 2. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. Give one to Jody.
So there's
and
no
Tyler.
pressure at Glo, but there's pressure to take a shot.
Y'all, big thank, big,
It's the
big,
good
big,
kind
big,
of
big
pressure.
thank you to Jody.
It's just
and
that little, like,
Tyler for helping me produce this thing, and we're having a lot of fun with it. And
Cheers.
Cheers. That was fun.
stay
Yes.
tuned.
Thanks, Jesse.
First Glo podcast.
Yay.
I know.
To Glo, to
You're
Julie,
Jenny on YouTube.
to
Yep.
all the other ladies that
Yes.
work there. We love all of you. And
Team.
A-team it is.
Woo.
Cheers. Love you.
Ooh, what's that? That tastes good.
Oh my gosh! Can I have 4 more?
There
Is that a cranberry? Is that cranberry? What is
Wow.
It's raspberry vodka, simply lemonade, and
that
a
is
splash
good.
of
Sipper
cran.
too.
Yeah.
Favorite. I'm always.
They'll-
I need to know what
It's
to
like Kool-Aid.
order.
They're a little tricky though, because they taste like Kool-Aid, and then you're like,
Yeah,
whoa.
and then-
My mom calls them cuckoo
That's
juice.
just straight raspberry vodka?
One
No,
more.
he said lemonade.
Oh.
What'd you say?
Oh
What is
man! I just
Or
want to
the
thank you guys
diary.
one more time. Nan, Jacqueline, Sherry, Jamie. This is awesome. I
thank
can't
you
wait to do
so
it
much.
again.
Thank you so
awesome.
much.
Yes, thank
Everybody
you.
follow Jesse's podcast.
Please like,
Oh,
follow
yes.
the Penthouse.podcast on Instagram. We have a YouTube channel now. We have a Spotify channel. We're really we're looking forward to our launch party sometime in August. We got to get a couple more podcasts under our belt, so I feel confident about it. And just like and follow us, and stay tuned.
And we can't wait to see you at Glo Med Spa.
Yes,
Come to
come
Glo.
see us.
Wait,
Give us a
really
call.
quick. Plug the Glo. Go ahead, Jacqueline.
Come to Glo. You will never go anywhere else.
910-256-2690. Give me a
Go
call.
speak to a real person.
Call me.
Ask for Nan or Sherry. Oh.